Do you need something else for your arm this time? Would you like to just lean up against me so you don't have to prop your arm on the ground? Every time after we get done, Cullen's like, my wrist is broken. Maybe we could sit in actual chairs for these videos, like professionals or something. We should. But why not when you can sit on the bedroom floor? Hey, y'all.
Whoa. Oh, I thought you were gonna go paper that time. Dang it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlogcast. I'm Katie.
I'm Cullen, what's up?
This is Cullen, and we are like a week into June. We're definitely a little bit over a week into June, and usually by now you've seen more budgeting videos from us on our recap of the previous month and our monthly comparison and all of those. And those are coming. We've had a lot more house stuff going on and all that.
Flip it and reverse it. We're a week into July.
Did I say June?
Yeah.
June. See, it could be like Christmas and I wouldn't even know. That's basically why you haven't seen any videos lately. We're still, you know, the quarantine's kind of like released a little bit so we can go places, but most likely people are staying home as much as possible. Kids aren't in school, you know, so things are a little bit still off. I really don't usually know what day it is. Your hair did something a little interesting there. How about that?
Cowlick.
Okay, so some of those videos are coming, but we've been focused more on house stuff, trying to get things figured out before the school year starts back, if it starts back, whatever else. In today's video, we want to talk to you about June. We want to talk to you about our problems. we kind of screwed up, and what we're doing to get ourselves back on track, how we've kind of had to have a come to Jesus with ourselves, and let's just tell them about it.
We screwed up.
As was evidenced in the beginning of this video, I don't even really know what month it is, June, and things have been a little bit crazy. And so it has been, so if you're anything like we are, when things get a little bit crazy and there is more than one like major kind of urgent-ish priority, other things kind of get pushed to the side. And so you've seen that we've talked about that kind of happening, especially with our budget, with us using debit cards, the Every Dollar app to keep track of our spending and all of that. So it has worked fairly well, and I did enjoy using it. I think last video we made about it, I was like, oh, this has been great, I enjoy using it. However, the problem comes when it's like life pace kind of picked back up a little bit, and so after we would go to the grocery store or go to wherever else, I wouldn't take time, which is on me, wouldn't take time to go in and allocate what expenses were spent and where they were spent and what money came out of where, and so I was just kind of like eyeballing it, brainballing it, yeah, in the app, so that we could like actually see it.
I think the quarantine too, like the whole beginning of this, we were all kind of up in the air about using cash, but I feel like that's kind of subsided. Like people, a lot of businesses now, I mean, I can't remember the last time I went in and it said we don't accept cash.
Well, there's a few, like I went to return some things at Carter's and it said we prefer that you use a card, but we will accept cash. And there's debate about that. That's a whole, I mean, people touch the little keypad and everything else as far as germs go. But that's where we kind of started to slide, and we said a couple months ago, like I said I don't feel like this is gonna work out very well for us. Like we're gonna try it. And so we continued to try, because it would be really nice if we could just leave everything in the debit card, not have to get out the cash and all of that. So as you've seen in the past couple of videos where we've gone over our actual spending versus our budget, we're like, oh, we went over like a little bit in this category or a little bit in this category. And June was like a super mentally taxing month for us because we had to make some big house decisions and started working on some of those projects. And our mental state went to like, I don't know, like I can't calculate how much we've spent on this and that, and I'm gonna try to. I don't really care, let's just get a pizza.
Well, and we kind of had like the set amount set aside, like we've mentioned in previous videos, for the house fixes.
Right, so that part isn't what caused problems.
But we were kind of more focused, I think, on that. We're like, okay, so we've only spent this much, and then the actual budget kind of went out the window. Basically,
we went way over budget.
Which comparatively, I don't think way over is like compared to what we used to do.
Right, yeah, I would say. And I'll also say too that we under budgeted ourselves, and we're still kind of spending based on what we had budgeted previously. So given COVID and all this stuff, which this could be a whole different video, with our YouTube revenue has decreased and is going back up, but with COVID and everything, they did decrease some. So our income has decreased a little bit too. So we had to give ourselves a little bit less in the spending category, and didn't really mentally make that adjustment because we were already making so many other mental leaps at the time. So anyways, we're just gonna go through and tell you the numbers of like how much we went over in each category, kind of what happened, and then like I said, what we're doing to fix it. I think it's okay to screw up sometimes. Obviously it's not ideal, but it happens. People make mistakes, and you have to learn like what works. And so when you get yourself in a situation where you feel mentally stressed or you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, how do I keep this from going down the road that was 2 years ago when we just got overwhelmed by it all and we're like, well, screw it, we're already screwed up, so let's just keep spending and put it on a credit card.
I would compare it to like somebody going on a hardcore diet or something. It's okay, or depending on how you look at it, to have a cheat meal or a cheat weekend, or and reset and then get back on track.
Right. Ideally with budgeting, you would kind of allow yourself some cheat, I guess you would call it, categories, which is something that we've mentioned in videos before, and different people have different opinions on. They're like, you should not be eating out ever at all if you're trying to get out of debt and blah, blah, blah. And then there's also people who kind of understand the whole, you need to add a little bit into your budget here and there so that you can let yourself do that if that's something you enjoy, so that you don't lose your mind. And I know it's been that way for me with losing weight and eating healthier and all that, is like, I'll give myself permission, but know it, like plan for it, and not just kind of what we did this past month where we're like, I don't know, screw it, you know? So planning ahead for cheating versus just getting out of hand.
All right, so here is our actual budget versus actual spending for the month of June. June.
Yeah, okay. As has been evidence in like our every video we've made, food is our problem. We spend way too much money on food. So we had tried to get ourselves back down a little bit with groceries, and we budgeted $600, which I know that seems like a lot for some and not a lot for others. We're not here to argue about how much we're spending. We're telling you what we did. And in previous months, we had been able to keep it at that level. With COVID, like we said, we decided to go mainly to Costco or Sam's and buy like bulk quantities so that we didn't have to go to the store multiple times or multiple places. We budgeted $600, we ended up spending $807. So we were $207 over budget in that category, which is a lot. If you look at the overall number of $800, it's not too different from what we've spent in previous months. We could have done better, and we will in the future going forwards. Okay, so the next category is our miscellaneous category. We typically give ourselves like $30 in that category, and that's kind of an oh snap category. Usually we use it for just random stuff we forget about, or like if we just need a little something. That category we budgeted $30, we spent $93. So we went $63 over in that category, and that hasn't happened in a while. There was one thing in there that technically should go under a business expense that I need to like transfer to the business account, I guess, for Google Drive storage that we use like in order to, for our emails and all that stuff. So that was $20 of the overage. We also had a charge that was unexpected. I was on the way to a doctor's appointment and realized when I was almost there that they required a mask for you to come in, and I had just totally forgotten. We keep the mask that we use in a certain car, and I drove the other car. I had to stop at the BP and get a mask.
I remember you called or texted, I was like, is there a dirty sock laying around somewhere so you don't have to spend money?
And I'd actually brought my bathing suit with me to go to the pool and meet y'all afterwards. And I was like, I actually tried to wrap my bathing suit bottoms around my face, and that didn't work. Like, I was looking for anything in my car that I could to wrap around my face. It was only $5.24, but I will say, if you have a BP Circle K like near you, this has been the most comfortable mask that I've worn of all the masks. Like, it's really thin and it's comfortable. We did spend $2 on buying, I think, Temple Run, or one of the games the kids has gotten into playing lately, and we paid $2 to remove the ads. So, you know, there's that. Did buy the kids bathing suits for the 4th of July. That was an expense that was not necessary, but it has brought them a lot of joy. They've like wanted to wear those bathing suits every single time, and I don't know, it's fun to have a little holiday something. So basically, if we had used our miscellaneous fund appropriately, it would have just been those bathing suits for the kids and like the Temple Run game. The mask would have probably been okay. There was also another Walmart charge that would have gone, I think, in groceries, but I kind of divided it up to make it a little bit more even between miscellaneous and pet care and groceries. For yard maintenance, which we have been doing ourselves, and I'm just kind of trying to compare, is it worth it to do it ourselves versus paying somebody the $75, or how much is it when he comes, 70, something like that?
It was 70, but
70.
He's not in
It was,
confidence.
yeah, no, we haven't been.
And I will say, he would have never done it as good as we have done it.
No, you've done an amazing job on the yard.
Well, you have too, but I'm just saying, like, telling somebody to clear everything out like you like it and envisioning it versus what they think is clearing it out is two different things.
Yeah, so we had budgeted, we've been giving ourselves $50 a month for that, for buying like weed treatments, or if we need different, there's just been stuff we've needed for the yard. And that month in June, we spent $70 of the 50 that we budgeted. So we went over about $20 on that. One was Sam's, we bought $35 worth of weed treatment, which still is lasting, right?
Yeah, I still got a whole nother bottle. It came in a 2-pack combo.
So it'll last for this month too.
Family special.
And then there was Walmart of $34. Maybe it was hot tub stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was hot tub chemicals, I think. Yeah.
It was the time when I sent you this and said get some Clorox, get some syrup. Again, it wasn't a necessity, but it's been kind of crucial to our mental health during quarantine.
It's been nice. Usually in the past I've had to redo the hot tub water like 500 times.
Yes.
But one time this summer.
So we counted that as yard maintenance because it's in the yard. So basically we went over there. Restaurants. This is where we just, there were several times we were like, screw it. We had budgeted $40, which we had been giving ourselves like 50 and usually using like 10 of it and letting it add up in the envelopes. And we spent $102 on eating out, which is like, if you're on a budget, you just shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, it was the Asian cuisine that did it.
We spent $30 at Asian cuisine. That's a lot, $31. You got, I mean, you went all out.
2 times.
You got, did we really go there twice? And you spent the exact same amount each time, so I guess you got pho, spring rolls, and then I got my chicken pad thai no spicy.
But I thought it was a different month. It was towards the end of the month though, so that's why.
Yeah, I guess that's
it was just one of those days.
Just like really needed some comfort food, you know, one of those. And we see now, like looking at that, just at that particular restaurant, getting your pho, we spent $63, about $63. That's a lot. I mean, that's a really lot. We also spent $10 on a Little Caesars pizza, which that would have been fine. We spent $8 on Chick-fil-A. That was one night, like we have not been going to Chick-fil-A at all, but it was one night when I think we had said, I don't know, we just got the nuggets or something. I don't think we even got anything. Or maybe you did. You got one sandwich.
It was one of those days, like, and we all have those days where it's like just more.
We were just done.
Is it worth just $8 or whatever it was to just let them eat in the car and then go straight up to bed when we get home so we can have our mental break and use the $34 that we spent at Walmart and with the chemicals for the hot tub?
The other expense was at the pool that we're a member of. You can buy, like put money on your account to get, like we'll let the kids get a little ice cream. It's like $1.
Put it on my tab.
But you go ahead and pay the money up front. So we paid $20 and then are able to use that throughout the whole month, and they're able to get a little treat here and there, which is, I think is totally fine and would fit into the budget without the, you know, $60 at Asian cuisine and then $10 at Little Caesars. Had we just done like the pool treats for $20 on the account, gotten the Little Caesars for $10 and then gotten the Chick-fil-A for $9, we would have been right at our budget. The Asian cuisine was just a little bit of a splurge. I will say one of them I feel like was around Father's Day, and I was like, you know what, happy Father's Day. Go get you some Asian cuisine. That was the only thing though that we did spend money on for Father's Day. We didn't do gifts for you. And
you were my gift.
Made homemade stuff. The kids were your gift actually. They made you a dad. What do you tell Daddy?
I don't know.
I like warned him that they were not to bother Daddy until he woke up, so I think he was like afraid to talk to you. You love Daddy.
Daddy!
Thank you.
Aww. Hey Daddy, did you tell Daddy happy Father's Day?
Yeah, I think she was the one that woke me up.
They have some Father's Day surprises for you.
I do have 2 more, but I'm gonna wait to give you those until later.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
That's a butterfly.
Thank you so much.
I heart Dad.
Oh, look at that.
She told me I had to spell it like she likes to spell it.
Yeah.
Daddy. She designed the whole thing.
Open your eye.
Oh, look at yours. I love it.
It was poofy balls.
It's
And
Poofy
Daddy,
Balls,
did you
and
notice?
it's got your favorite colors on
Daddy,
it.
did you
Yeah,
notice
Andy wrote his
that
name.
The heart was like alive. It had eyes and.
Oh, I
and
did
nose
on
and a
yours.
mouth.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
There you go. Happy Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Thank you. I love y'all.
This is from Gaines. Neither of them wanted to draw a picture of you either, so sorry about that.
My dad is 17 years old.
Uh-huh.
He has black hair and his eyes are blue. Every day he loves to work. Every day he tells me I love you. It makes me laugh when
I make him laugh. It makes him laugh.
It makes him laugh when I'm in funny faces. My daddy's job is being a daddy. He is really good at coloring, of course, and drawing foxes.
She said coloring, of course.
His favorite food is spaghetti.
Probably because that's the only thing they can think of me cooking for you that we all eat together.
I'm surprised they didn't say pho.
I know. I was surprised you didn't say that too.
My favorite thing to do is that Dad is go to the store with him or color. I love my dad because he tries very hard to take care of me.
That was literally her own words she said at the end. I was like, oh, that's very sweet.
20 and a half.
Yep, 20 and a half.
Black hair and his eyes are green. He loves to eat Orbeez.
I don't even know.
He was looking around.
He was.
Every day because we did not do something. Makes me laugh when I say a joke. My daddy's job is to work. Cullen and Katie work.
I was right there.
He's really good at drawing spaghetti.
And they filled these out separately and they both said spaghetti. I thought that was
So crazy.
interesting.
My favorite thing to do with Dad is play tennis ball with him.
You know, when y'all threw it in the yard, in the driveway that one time, y'all threw the tennis ball and like hit it with the racket maybe or something. Apparently he really enjoyed that.
Because he's good at doing things. Oh, those are so sweet.
There you go. Happy Father's Day. Father's Day breakfast. Hopefully it's on fleek.
Ooh, thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Wow, they look amazing. I love you.
I love you too. Happy Father's Day.
We came, we conquered, and it thundered.
In the hair and cosmetics category, I will say that we were under budget. We budgeted 20, spent 15, and that was for your mask. You got one that was, I cut your hair myself.
Yeah, you cut my hair myself.
So you bought you a cute little mask.
And yeah, I got sucked in on Facebook Market, but it was like
But
right
I don't think
after.
it was a bad decision.
I don't think it was either because I've been looking for one that actually I will want to wear. This one has like a little nose clamp on it, and it was right after they announced mandatory masks in every store in the state and all this stuff. So I was like,
or
okay,
in the county, right
I'm gonna
next to us.
invest in a good mask.
I mean, that was a good purchase. It's necessary for life right now. The pet care category, we budgeted 100 and we spent 113. So we went $13 over there. I think they were both like out of food and litter.
It just happened all at the same time.
And with trying to get our house like put back together, we had to get the cat litter under control. That sounds gross, like you can't really skimp on cat litter, but we've been like trying to use the minimum we can. And it was time to just go ahead and get a whole new bin. Like the bin had gotten stinky, it was old, and so, you know, we had to do that there. So that category, we also went over a little bit there. Whereas had we had the envelopes, we would have been like, okay, well, this is just gonna have to wait a couple weeks. Like, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna have to smell stinky cat litter and it'll be okay. So those are the categories we went over in. Basically just about everything that was a spending category. I will say we didn't totally screw up everything because with that, we did go ahead and take out money at the beginning to put in the envelopes for Brooks's birthday, Gaines's birthday, and Christmas, which Brooks's birthday is coming up in the 19th of July, so that's in a couple weeks. And it's so nice to know that despite the fact that we went over in some of these categories, we do have cash in an envelope set aside that wasn't accidentally taken out for his birthday. I think at this point we have like $300 in there, which will go to, I consider that covering all of birthday. If we do a birthday dinner, if we do a birthday party, birthday gifts, whatever we do for him,
people are gonna be
that's
like, $300
there.
for a birthday. It's not just for gifts.
It's not just for gifts. It considers like if we have a party, which his party will probably be closer to August just because people are usually traveling and doing stuff in July. I just like having that there. Like the kids were begging last night, can we please go to Mexican? Like I just miss going to Mexican. So we might do that for his birthday and have that as a splurge. And I don't want that to have to be in our restaurant category where we're like, oh, well, we don't have enough money to do that. I want to be able to do something fun for him for his birthday. So we're not just talking about gifts there. Gaines's birthday is in September. I think we already have like what, $50 or something in hers. So that's really nice. This time last year, had we been in this predicament, we would have been like, crap, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to use the credit card. His birthday's in 2 weeks. We're gonna use the credit card. What we did for this month to fix the problem is I was like, you know, we can't keep doing this. I feel like it's a problem that it's coming out of the account. You may be asking yourself, where did this money come from? If you're just using your account, we did not use a credit card. Still have not used credit card since we've started all this. As I'd mentioned a while ago, we did have like $1,000 cushion that we've kept in our checking account, which is kind of a problem because I knew it was there and I was like, well, if we go over a few dollars, it's fine. That got depleted a little bit, so we're gonna be building that back up this month. We went ahead for July and in doing our budget, took out all the money for all the spending categories other than bills or like, you know, things that we have to do on the debit card. We have cash in our envelopes now for the next month. We have our mental state back in line, and the past couple of days I was like, I've got to get back to listening to Dave Ramsey's podcast. That really just keeps me in the right place mentally.
You said that the other day, you're like, you know what we haven't done in a while?
I mean, I haven't listened to him in so long.
But when we were first in the kitchen in the first of these videos, that's all we would listen to any chance we got.
It keeps your mental state, like keeps you mentally in the right place. And that was something that we would listen to, like driving the kids to school and then coming back, or when we get back home and we would be doing stuff around the house while the kids were at school, then we'd be listening. And now there hasn't been that time. So I've been getting up and walking in the morning and putting in Dave Ramsey in my ears, knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone, working on fitness as well as budgeting. I think it's really important if you're in a place where you're feeling like you're stuck or you're slipping or things are getting a little bit out of hand, have a limit for yourself and step back. Like the few months where we went over $20 here and $20 there, I was like, it's okay. But this month when it got out of hand, I was like, okay, we gotta stop. Like we gotta get back on track. I don't care about anybody not taking cash. If they don't, I'm sorry, I won't buy anything there because that's what we're doing. Okay, so we wanted to share a couple of inspirational comments from our audience. We got one from Kim. She said, I got on the bandwagon with Dave Ramsey in January. To this day, I've gotten current and paid off all 3 credit cards. I do have EF, emergency fund, and my baby step 3 of 6 months. COVID has been good with my job. I'm a server at a restaurant and they've stayed open for carryout. Nice. Now all I have is my student loans. I should be done by Christmas. That is amazing. That is some gazelle, get it done.
I love how it's all like in code language too. And you understand what it is because you're on Dave Ramsey's, you know, like you get the whole BS3 and
she got the EF and the BS3. Yeah, girl, get it. Also, Susanna said, y'all have inspired my husband and I so much. We started paying off debt in April and today we were able to pay off 2 of our credit cards. I'm so excited to continue this journey. That is so awesome. One more, Allie Rose said she paid off her debt last week. Literally could not thank y'all enough for the inspiration to get my ducks in a row. Quack.
Quack, quack.
That is awesome. It's so inspiring to hear that, and it gives us like the inspiration to keep going too.
Leave a comment below and let us know if you are back to trying to spend cash or if you're still doing good on the debit card. A lot of people just do good with the Every Dollar app and like have that mental like compartmentalization. How do you say the word?
Compartmentalization.
Y'all stay tuned for the next video. We've been doing some more house updates. Follow us on Instagram to see all the behind the scenes as far as that goes, to spot the different stuff.
Lots of new budget friendly little touches here and there that we've done to spruce up the house. So we will be back with that video later this week.
Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see what our DFS schedule looks like. Bye.
Bye.
June. Yeah, okay.